There's a very clear difference between the s sound and the sh sound. You must be able to make these two sounds distinctly, or otherwise you will probably pronounce a different word. Both sounds are made by blowing air through the tip of your tongue, and we do not use our vocal cords. However, the shape of the tongue and the mouth is completely different for each sound. S and sh. The s shape is formed with a smile on your face. S. And sh shape is the same action when you ask somebody in a library to be quiet. Shh. Make sure to pronounce that sound when there's a H after the S. Let's have a look at some examples. Many of these words are commonly used in English, and some of these combinations are commonly mispronounced. Other examples here are not commonly confused, but I've included them here for you to practice. Now, I'm going to use the Microsoft Word speech-to-text recognition tool here to show it to you working live. So let's try the s and the sh sounds with these words. Listen carefully to the different sounds with each word pairs. Sock, shock. Sip, ship. Sam, sham. Sag, shag. Sake, shake. Same, shame. Sit, shit. Say, shay. See, she. Sear, shear. Seat, sheet. Seen, sheen. Seep, sheep. Self, shelf. Sign, shine. Sell, shell. Sealed, shield. Sue, shoe. Sow, show. Suit, shoot. Sort, short. Soar, shore. Just to note that some of the words used here have different spellings and meanings, but with the same pronunciations. For example, sell and sell, soar and soar, sear and sear. Yes, I'm pronouncing the same word twice, but they actually have different spellings and meanings. We're going to talk about other words with the same spelling, but different pronunciations in a later lesson. In the examples I just gave you, all the sh sounding words have an S and H in the spelling. However, some words with S do not have the H, but still have the sh sound. Luckily, there are only a few of these words. The most common are sugar, sure, and pressure. Now we need to talk about words ending in tion, because these have a unique sound that use the sh sound but don't have an S or H. There is one exception to this rule, which we will discuss in the next lesson. I'm sure you're wondering how any word with no S or H in it can have the sh sound. Well, welcome to English. As I keep saying, it is not a phonetic language. All words in English that end in tion can be pronounced shen. And the really good news is that most of these commonly used words can have the same meaning in English as the tion version in Spanish. Let's have a look at some of them. Listen for the shen sound. It's a very short vowel sound. Shen. Nation, notion, motion, option, action, suction, section, emotion, eruption, erection, equation, devotion, reaction, position, rotation, station, vibration, radiation, promotion. Also, many words ending in sion have the same shen pronunciation. For example, pension, mission, tension, emission, passion, submission, discussion, conclusion. Understand that you cannot pronounce any of these with the Spanish sion sound. Other words ending in sion have a similar but slightly different sound. Instead of using the sh sound, we need to use the z sound, the z. Once again, the words in this list can have the same meaning in many contexts in English and Spanish. These words are pronounced with a jin sound. Listen to these pronunciations. Erosion, vision, version, intrusion, diffusion, diversion. Pause this video and go and practice all those words in your speech-to-text recognition now. We also have this sound in words ending in cian, and many students seem to have problems with this sound, but I don't think it's a physical limitation that causes the problem, but rather that the letter combination is pronounced so differently in Spanish that they don't believe it can be so different in English. Let's have a look at the most common words. Listen to the pronunciation first, and then we'll have a look at the actual words later. Musician, magician, politician, and technician. Can you hear that sh sound? Don't be afraid to force that sound. You can't overdo it. Here are those words again. Musician, magician, politician, and technician. And some less commonly used words are optician, pediatrician, statistician, physician, and mathematician. We also need to talk about words ending in cious. The temptation for Spanish speakers is to try to pronounce these words with Spanish rules, but you can't do this. Instead, you have to use the sh sound, sh, which isn't difficult to make once you can pronounce the sh. Most words ending in ious are not pronounced shus, but are pronounced ius, such as curious, envious, serious, previous, etc. These are not cious words. There is no C and are therefore different. Let's have a look at some examples. vicious, spacious, precious, delicious, malicious, gracious, conscious, suspicious. All these have a very strong sh sound, so don't be afraid to force that sound. Pause this video and go and practice all those words in your speech-to-text recognition now. We also need to note that words where an X replaces the C to become X-I-O-U-S. These also have the sh sound. Luckily, there's only one commonly used word like this, and that is anxious. Now, anxious, by the way, is a word that Spanish speakers don't use that often. They tend to say nervous, but nervous and anxious are not quite the same thing. So have a look at the meaning of anxious and try to introduce that into your English vocabulary. You can practice also with obnoxious as well if you want. Now, that's all you need to know about these sounds. Go and practice the s, shen, jen, and sh sounds as much as you can, and remember to pronounce them as I have just said and not how they are written.